Yes. Well. First of all, what you saw there, and I think Ms. Feinstein from your fine state of California has come out and acknowledged this, was just a 3-month renewal of just one company that's involved in these things that are continuing. Now, what's not coming out, and no one seems in the press, in the mainstream press, to want to ask this question, is NSA collecting the content of phone calls and emails and Skype sessions and all these other communications and storing them in mass? And I saw a little over a month ago, I was watching CNN, and there was matter of fact, a fellow Marylander gal, Erin Burnett, who was on, and she had a FBI guy on there,
right.
Tim Clementi, I think his name was, and he came out and said that the FBI has the ability to go back in time and look at the content of communications, and this via an intelligence agency that deals with national security. Well, that initially had my little red flag go up, because back in the day when I talked to Keith Overman, NSA did not have that capability, not because they didn't want it, but because they didn't have the processing capability. They didn't have literally the electrons, the power infrastructure at Fort Meade to run that sort of thing, and they didn't have the storage capability to store all that information. Because imagine this conversation we're having now, and all the other conversations around this, domestically in this country, there was a lot of talking going on. So that's why they were being judicious about that and going after at that back then all the metadata, which is what we know from Snowden's initial release.
Mm-hmm.
But so I contacted, and this was over a month ago, I contacted one of my main sources at NSA, and we had a meeting. And then we had to, he wasn't quite sure whether it was everything then, so he had to do some investigating, and we discussed a bunch of other things. But anyhow, I just got the confirmation this past Saturday that yes, it is everything. NSA is copying every domestic communication in this country, word for word, content in every phone conversation like the one we're having now. Every email, everything. They are collecting everything in bulk, and they are putting it in databases. And ultimately, that facility out there in Utah is already online, and they haven't even said that, but they're putting stuff there now. Even though they're supposedly not going to open that thing up until later on this fall, that thing's on. That thing is sort of like the Death Star, where in Star Wars they said that it was only halfway done or whatever, but they had the capability to blow up another Alderaan or something. But that Death Star in Utah is already starting to function to store every communication in this country, word for word content.